Ooh.
That's good. Then external features, right?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Come on,
And external features, right? And this portion here is called the cornea. Then in living animals and the living human being is translucent. Has to be, because this one is dead, turns like blurry, that color, right? And of course the embalming fluid turns this color. Then this portion here, see the tiny membrane? See this membrane right here? That's called conjunctiva. Conjunctiva is a tiny membrane that contains vessels. You know when the eye turns red? That's the
Oh,
conjunctiva,
okay.
right? If we cut this layer, you can see the sclera. Then you know that in your model you don't have this conjunctiva because it's a model, it's a plastic thing. And this portion is the sclera. See this? Okay. Then you see the muscles here. Those are the extrinsic eye muscles. If they are pointing, you know that structure. What do you say? Extraocular muscles. Because it's difficult to distinguish the superior, inferior, lateral, oblique, and all the muscles here. Because in this, I don't know which one is the medial and lateral portion, right? See?
Extraocular for any of them?
Any of them, those are called extraocular muscles. There's one, this here, that here, and all of this here. Extraocular muscles. Okay? And look at this tiny structure. What is this?
Optic
That's
nerve.
the optic nerve, right? It's white, contains several axons, myelinated axons. So that's the optic nerve. Okay, those are the external features. Now you have to cut it down. When you cut,
Oh, gross.
you have to apply a little force because the sclera is pretty tough. Be very careful. Use your goggles because the fluid is
Juicy.
coming up.
Mm. Oh, gross. Oh.
This part is pretty tough. This is very thick. Now that's the sclera. And when you cut this portion, be careful with the retina because the retina is very tiny membrane. Okay. And you see the first thing that appears inside is what? See that thing? See this?
No.
That's the lens. See the lens?
Oh.
That's the lens here. See that?
Oh.
You see this portion here is the posterior cavity which holds this jelly, which is the vitreous humor. See the vitreous humor? And the liquid, see the liquid, see the liquid like that?
Yeah.
That's the aqueous humor. Okay? And it's different consistency, right? Let's put a little bit more. Try to separate both halves.
Cadbury Easter egg.
What?
I said a Cadbury Easter egg.
Oh.
Thanks for Easter.
Okay, then let's remove the lens. Then you see the lens is attached to the ciliary body right here. See that? See here? See, it's attached there. See this portion, the attachment?
Yeah.
And the ciliary body attaches the lens, and then, you know, the lens is in position. Right? And try to remove that. Okay. See, that's the lens.
Oh.
See, that's pretty tough. This is keratin too. right? Has to be translucent, not like this. This one happens during aging. The cataract, right? This is like plastic, this thing, right? See that? Pretty tough. That's the lens. And this portion is the vitreous humor. See, like
The
a
jelly.
jelly thing, jelly stuff.
Mm.
See that?
Mm.
See this?
Egg yolk.
Exactly. It looks like the egg. Right? And let's cut a little bit more to see the other features. Okay. Then you see this little space here, this little gap here. See this? That's the pupil. And you see this border? That's the iris. See the color? It's black. A lot of melanin there. Then you can see this portion looks like a mushroom. See this? This portion here. If you see closely, looks like the mushroom.
Turn it this way.
See this? You see different filaments there. That's the ciliary body.
Oh.
And the lens is attached to that ciliary body in that way. See that? And here, you see in here, this tiny membrane. See this tiny membrane? See this? This is the retina. Okay.
Oh, okay. So that
This is-
red area in our model,
This
that's
is-
what this is.
This is a very delicate membrane. That's why in a human, when a person has an accident, a traffic accident, this retina detaches from the choroid. That's why persons, get blindness in an accident. See the touch like that. This portion, black thing, is the choroid. In the choroid, we have another layer which is not present in human. This layer, bluish, greenish color. This is present only in animals. This is the reflective membrane, which is the tapetum lucidum. Then this is really important during the night because they hunting at night. That's why they have a good night vision. We don't have a good night vision because we lack of that membrane. We don't have it. If you illuminate the animal with a flashlight, what do you see? Yeah, the glowing eyes. Right? We don't have that membrane. This is the tapetum lucidum, right? Then that's the retina, right? The choroid. Then this portion looks like a mushroom. This is the ciliary body. This is the iris. Then you have the pupil, right? The other side we can see the optic disc. Let's remove this jelly thing.
Ugh.
It's attached there, right? See this portion here? That's the optic disc or blind spot. See is where the optic nerve emerges and forms on the other side. See? It's like a little round thing. Okay? Then the tapetum lucidum is here. See that? It's a beautiful color, right? Then this is the choroid. Then we have here the ciliary body, the iris again, the pupil, and that's the cornea. Then this is the posterior cavity. See this one? And this is the anterior cavity. See this? That's the anterior. See that portion? That's the posterior. See the lens? The lens divides the eye in anterior and posterior. See that? Anterior and posterior cavity. Aqueous humor here, vitreous humor there. The practical exam, they're asking questions like which substance or what substance is located here? Vitreous. What substance is located in that cavity? Aqueous humor. Okay? Now your turn. Hemos